veld where the white skies weep, the soil runs red where the farmers sleep. Plasmortar whispers a tale untold of lives cut down in the fields of gold. They say it's crime, just a thief in the night, but the blood on the land tells a darker fight. Crosses on the veld, white against the green, silent scars of a truth unseen. They call it crime, but the shadows hide a government's hand in a genocide. Oh, Cyril stands with a faltering grin, truth laid bare where the lies begin. The halls of power they turn away, while the farms burn bright in the light of day. A cover-up cloaked in a nation's pride, but the graves don't lie where the farmers die. Katie's voice, a fire in the dark, cries for the lost, lights a righteous spark. Crosses on the veld, white against the green, silent scars of a truth unseen. They call it crime, but the shadows hide a government's hand in a genocide. Oh, Cyril stands with a faltering grin, truth laid bare where the lies begin. In the Oval Office, the world's I see, Trump calls out what they don't wanna be. Cyril shifts his shame on display as the chants of kill the boar won't fade away. No graves, they say, just a protest cry, but the crosses stand and the truth won't die. From Hopkins lens, the stories told of hearts left broken, of lives grown cold. She walks the hills where the danger grows, shedding light where the darkness flows. The world now watches, the veil's been torn for the souls of the farmers forevermore. Crosses on the veld, white against the green, silent scars of a truth unseen. They call it crime, but the shadows hide a government's hand in a genocide. Oh, Cyril stands with a faltering grin, truth laid bare where the lies begin. So sing for the lost, for the blood in the dust, for the truth that's buried, for the broken trust. The veld keeps its secrets, but the crosses remain, a cry for justice in the heart of the pain. Plasmortar echoes, a wound that won't mend, till the truth rises up and the lies come to end. Ooh.
Well, welcome to Pepper's Echo. My name's Andre, and that is the most amazing sound that I have ever heard. And it comes from a group called Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom. And if you'd like to see Sonic Boom, I haven't asked, so I don't know if I'm going to get a copyright strike. And if I do have any form of monetization, if it goes to them, even better. That is an absolutely awesome group called Sonic Boom. Unfortunately, their logo is just behind my logo over there. But what an awesome group. And I think it's a black group, if I'm not mistaken. But if you'd like to see them and go to their site and give them a like, it is linked in the description down below, the YouTube channel for Sonic Code. Well done to them. Well done. It's an absolutely goosebump song, if I can put it to you that way. I've tried to get myself a little less white so that Julius won't be hunting me down, but yeah, I'll have to try a little harder again. Let's get to the chat and see what's going on. Greeting you people from the east side of the world. My name's Andre Pepper Zeko. Let's run for it. We've got some things wrapped up today, taking a look at how you feel about the old South African flag and also the secrets that men keep inside their heads. Let's hear and see what we've got going there. First of all, Buzzy's Moments. Lynn, good evening, afternoon to you. Great to see you on, and thank you very much for always sharing for me as well. Nick Miller. How's it going, Nick? Always good to see you, my friend. Great stuff there. Alison, our beautiful lady from the Bay. What a wonderful thing. What a wonderful person to see. Nick Miller, Fiona White Zulu. Please don't forget, downstairs in the description is also the link for Fiona White Zulu's YouTube channel, where she reads an absolutely awesome, beautiful stories of her life. If you enjoy biographies or just beauty on Africa and an absolutely exciting, riveting listen, please do go and subscribe and take a listen to that. Fiona, always wonderful to have our beautiful lady in waiting here. Phenomenal. Thank you so much. My wife Ina, so we'll keep the language clean. Maybe it was her who gave us the dislike on the last time. Buzzy White Zulu, Alison, yes, I've said Alison, and Nick, Debbie, ooh, Buzzy said you were heading off to the UK all of a sudden. Or was it planned? I don't know, but yeah, great to have you, and yeah, as well. Thank you so very, very much. Buzzy White Zulu, and that's who we have today. So we're going to have a quiet day today. Mind you, I must say, awesomeness. Thank you for everybody that shared, for everybody that watched, for everybody. I know it sounds very small to a lot of people, but for me, it was awesome. It was a record-breaking 90 views on the last week's stream, which was absolutely phenomenal and awesome for me. Thank you so very, very much for sharing it, for everybody that actually viewed it and looked at it. And I haven't had any messages, but any commenting and that, really, really wonderful. Thank you so very, very much. Oh, you're going to say goodbye. Oh, I thought you were going to the UK. I was about to say that was rather quick, Debs. But anyway, we shall not keep it very long this evening. So let's get going as we go around. Well, to start off with, we were looking at the Land Expropriation Act and things to that effect. And wow. Yes, all I can say is wow, because we tried, and this is the reaction. To give some farmers in Lesotho 30 cows, start farming. Let's see if you can make a success of it. What's Buzzy say? Wonderful news. White Zulu, I'll go fetch Endo. Yeah, I haven't seen any caps yet. But let's take a look what happens when you go and pop 30 cows to a group of farmers and go, enrich yourself, show how you can do this. So let's take a look. See, I need to go carry on. Hold on a second. That's what I was worried about. Let me just get.
So I'm very happy to
Okay. Yes, guys. Yes. Sorry, I had it on the wrong thing for the intro one. So hopefully I can get it right this time. I might not, but anyway, I can try my best. So let's take a look, see.
guys, so I'm very happy to tell you the first project has begun. They gave a group of people 30 cows to start a farming project to see how it holds up. You know, gonna take the land without compensation. Laat ons self boer. This is what happened. Limpopo beneficiaries eat 30 cows awarded to them to start farming project. So they received 30 cows to start the farming project. They ate the cows. This is what's gonna happen, people. I promise you. We are not gonna have food on ourselves in our shops. Hulle het vir die mense 30 koeie gegee om te begin met die plaas ons nou. Kyk. En toe vreet die mense koeie op. Woo! Suid-Afrika. Mense, ek weet wat is op moet.
I don't know where we're going when we start looking at eating the produce that we are supposed to. Oops, when we start eating the produce, I don't know why we have. Let me just try something here quickly. When we start eating the produce that we are supposed to, let me open this one. See if I can now get it going. We exclude. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Sorry, just had to get something sorted, yeah, because my line wasn't working well. So yeah, you give them 30 cows and you say, start a business. So they opened a restaurant and ate them. No, I don't know if they opened a restaurant, but yeah, this is what he's trying to say, buddy. People need to be taught first. You can't just take and give. And this is the whole thing that people have been saying. And the lessons that we have been trying to give and to say, listen, you know what, before you can just take, it's like taking a person out of school and saying, yeah, you're now CEO of Standard Bank. He's going to run the bank into the ground. Or saying to someone, yeah, you CEO of this construction company. It doesn't matter what color he is, white, black, brown, purple, green, he's going to run it into the ground. There is no experience. Now you just take away and you go, yes, 30 cows. This is what we're doing. We're giving you 30 cows. Watch, guys. Watch the business go. And they go, that was very nice. Where's the next 30? Thank you. Burp. Yeah. Yeah, instead of breeding. So yeah, yeah, don't worry about the bulls. They ate them. They would probably have eaten the bulls too. So yeah, no, let's take a look further. In there, Debbie says the biltong lady sends her regards. Does she remember me getting naked at the biltong store? For those of you who didn't see the sign, we'll show you the sign sometime. Apparently, I got naked at the biltong store. Anyway, we are popping into the show to see what gets into men's heads these days as well. So we'll take a look. So yeah, how do you fathom that, you know? But then let's take a look again as well. South Africa has this massive unemployment rate, hugely unemployment rate. But then we also got this huge government sector. We've got a massive government workers and everything. So where we think we're actually counting employment, government workers are actually liabilities. Yeah, what this guy has to say. Now, I don't know how true, but it looks like he's giving a presentation somewhere. So it doesn't look like it's just somebody who's flipped up a camera in their backyard. But let's take a look at what he has to say. Hello.
We exclude government employment. There's only 7 million people in South Africa that have jobs. There are 65 million South Africans. Just under 10% are employed outside of government. We now, hands down, have the biggest government in the world based on payroll per head. So the amount of money that South African government employees earns is more than any other country on earth per capita. Who pays that salary bill? They're not paying it. As a government employee, you don't create income. I don't know if you know this. You are only an expense. You don't produce anything for the country. You just produce expense. So who's paying for that expense? Well, the bad news, ladies and gentlemen, is it's you and me. We are not going to be rescued by traditional jobs. Those of you who are fortunate enough to have a regular job know that it's just making you poor. Anybody here getting rich off of their jobs?
Okay. How's that for a true slap in the face? And funnily enough, the only people whose lives have improved, whose lives have got better, and whose lives have enriched are the top part of the government. Because if I go into the Department of Home Affairs, where I have been just not so long ago, and things like that, and I take a look, those people don't exactly look magnificently rich to me. So it's only the cream of the government who's been scraping from everybody else, and then they're throwing everybody else into government jobs, whoever they can, so that they can employ them. But then once you've employed somebody in a government position, you've employed a liability within the country, and nothing is being made for the country. It's only in private institutions, once you start being employed in a private institution, that you're actually providing and putting something back into the country. But we are not able to do that because we are creating a liability by BEE, all kinds of, I would say, anti-race or race-based laws that make it more difficult to actually start businesses or actually increase businesses, as was one gentleman once said. The problem that he has is he had a very, very successful business, but he could only go that far, and then BEE cut him off there. Bam. He can't do business any further. He couldn't grow. His business was very strong. It grew very well. He, in the end, sold his business because he couldn't employ anybody else anymore. He couldn't do anything anymore because BEE and race-based laws cut him off. Bam, there. So his business was extremely successful. Imagine if the government didn't have race-based laws, didn't have BEE, and actually let him grow. Imagine how many employees that man would have employed, which would have been beneficial to the country, would have been beneficial to unemployment, and how many other businesses would have been able to do that as well. How much lower our unemployment would have been. So yeah. I will, let me just take a look somewhere over here. 7. So how much better would it have been? I don't know. Shoot off to the next part. However, I'm not a political level. I'm not at a political level. Before I go on to where you should go to get all your political news from and all your views and all the wonderful stuff that we actually do get on politics, that's my little bit of a say from the country. And as I said, I really just thought that opening with Sonic Code was, that song just really took to me. I had still something else prepared, but no, that one was absolutely awesome. However, we do have the overseas or foreign division of decision makers actually got together to have a good conversation the other day. I know Elon and Trump are at each other's throats at the moment. I think I'll leave that for Chris to actually carry on with you about, because I think even old Chris is like a little not sure about what's happening with that tete-a-tete. But so I'm not going to even try and weigh in it on currently. I just know I saw something not too long ago going, the White House was afraid about what Starlink could be doing. So I don't know if they think that Musk will go as far as to hack into the White House computers. But anyway, I'm not going down there. It's conspiracy. But what I would like to show you is their meeting. It's actually very, very interesting. So take a look and see.
What do you call an alligator in a vest?
What?
An investigator.
How's it, Spicy? Good to see you.
I told my wife she should embrace her mistakes. She gave me a hug.
How's it, Endo?
What did one ocean say to the other ocean? What? Nothing. They just waved.
What did one wall say to the other?
What?
I'll meet you at the corner.
I know a lot of jokes about retired people, but none of them work.
So yeah, that's the fruitfulness of our foreigners meeting. Spicy, how's it? Hendo, good to see you, my friend, our favorite European South African. Spicy says, please help me think for a name for the anti-BBBEE platform. I'm busy writing. Remember, it will be used to worldwide. I don't want to just think of it immediately, but yeah. So guys, if you do have a name for Spicy, just pop it in the comments. Otherwise, pop it on the Peppers Echo group. If you don't have a direct link to a WhatsApp or something, help Spicy out here. See if you can think of a name for an anti-triple BEE platform. Nice, nice. Okay, so yeah, a little bit of a the foreign decision makers meeting. Okay, so yeah, I always say to you guys, what you're watching. So if you want your politics, you want your daily dose of what's happening, somebody holding the country accountable. We wish these people were more in our parliament. We wish these people were more our mainstream media, not having to come fetch them off YouTube. Their links are all in the descriptions below as well. So please go and support them as well. And let's take a look who these people are.
I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating. Thanks to all the rumors you be claiming. It's cool, I'm done with you, so they can throw you a celebration. You gon' hate it when you see me with somebody living better. I'm trying to tell you that me just doing me gon' have you jealous.
The power is the people's, above it all. Welcome back to the program, folks. Today, May 19th, 2025. You're watching the Indaba Africa channel. Chris Wyatt reports. Welcome back. What say you, South Africa? What say you, world?
Know me, but every time you see me, you say I went my massacre. You don't even know.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Renaldo here. So this video is going to focus on an individual called Conrad Koch. It's on Cyril Ramaphosa coming out and saying that race-based terminology will be with us until everybody's equal. Cyril Ramaphosa doubling down and defending the singing of the Kill the Boer, Kill the Farmer song on double speak within a political party. And that's all I gotta say. Till later, cheers and peace out.
Issues of vibrators to make sure that we leave no unturned and stone.
Did I hear that correctly? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Newsflash. I'm your host, Joe Emilio. Thanks for tuning in.
Okay, so those are the guys I'm watching. Those are the guys that you should be watching to get your daily dose of actual correct political news, opportunity, and what is the country actually up to. So, yeah, a little bit of push and shove there. Let's take a look. Somebody has a cold. Who is getting cold? Hendo, you can't be getting cold. It's summer. Down with a cold and fever. Slow recover. Hendo. Honey. Whiskey. You should know. You're in the UK. It's called a hot toddy. Let's see you drink it. Not brandy, Hendo. I know you're South African, but still. A hot toddy. Hendo says beyond Wakanda Azania. Thank goodness. Talking about Wakanda, whatever. I don't know how true this is. I actually just saw, I think it was on Facebook somewhere or one of these like social media flips that I was going through, and people absolutely went wild about it. I think it was Facebook, where the new Black Panther, they are wanting to make him white. People are losing their shit about it. And I agree. Black Panther's black. You don't make the same as what you don't make Captain America dude over there. You don't make him black. You make him, you keep him white. The same way you don't make Black Panther white. He stays black. So I don't know what happened there. I'm just trying to log in somewhere over here as well. Sorry, give me a second, guys. But yeah, so I really, really don't know what happened there. But whether it's true or not, I don't know. Some go it's true to the book, but it just goes to show when the shoe goes onto the other foot, all of a sudden the foot is kicking in a different direction. Because when the Little Mermaid turned black, when Snow White went brown, when everything else went changed, it was like, you know what? Suck it up. It's the new reality. But when black went white, everybody lost their shit. So yeah. Oh, you have got the ladies cooing over you now, Hendo. Look at that. White Zulu, poor you. And Debbie's telling you chicken soup. I'm telling you whiskey and honey, Hendo. Awesome how each a unique entrance. I have to say I can recognize them. Yeah, that's why I'm saying I just thought I'd put it together a little bit because it's a nice, usually I just talk about them. It's better when you actually see them. And then Hendo says, do join Colonel Chris Wyatt upcoming live stream later today. Questions and answers about the Minorities Refugee Program. I also have in the description downstairs not only Chris Wyatt's channel, but I've also got the actual direct link to Chris Wyatt's videos on refugees, because I see there are still people asking him tons and tons of questions. And I do believe he had a troll the other day, because otherwise it was like a major, major sense of ungratefulness that I saw that was going on there. People can sometimes be absolutely ungrateful arseholes. Spicy says you can use that description, Hendo. Let's put Hendo's description there. We want to put him in, if that is, Beyond Wakanda Azania. There we go. Or what's that book? Our Poisoned Land? Beyond Our Poisoned Land. Antidote for a Poisoned Land. Or we can call it the Rainbow Antidote. Hey, now I'm starting to come up with many things here. There we go. Hendo, this cultural misappropriation is beyond annoying. Many folks, let me just put it up there. I don't know why I read it by myself. Many folks don't care anymore. People stopped watching their shite. Yeah. There we go. 8 p.m. later today, folks. There we go. That's Colonel Chris's show. We're all at Hendo's tunnies and want him better. Hey, Hendo, you've got them all cooing over you, buddy. How the rainbow, wow, the rainbow antidote. Yeah, thought about that maybe. And hide that off stream. There we go. So maybe the rainbow antidote, something like that, because Rainbow Nation, antidote to the rainbow, whatever. Just a small thought as we go by. Now, I want to go on to another subject. Now, if you might feel a little offended at this subject, I do apologize if you do feel offended at the subject. My intention, and I'm not talking about the thing about what men think about, ladies. So if you're offended about that, tough. No, I'm kidding. But the next subject might be a little bit offensive. The video might be a little bit offensive as well, if you feel offended at seeing the South Africans' old flag. And the reason I brought that up is I saw this and my first thought was, I can't use this on stream. And when I finished watching it, I had a feeling. I got a feeling. Hang on, we're being serious. Okay. But so I thought maybe we should share this and just take a look-see.
Ja, net nou die ander dag, op pad terug van 'n lekker jag, stop ons vir 'n koue langs die pad. En in 'n stokhou kroegie in die middel van die dag, daar bo in die dak sien ek die vlag en ek kyk so na die kroegman en ek vra: "Nou kyk hoe oud en vuil is hy, uitgetorring en half verbleik. Het jy dan geen respek vir haar nie, ou maat?" En hy loer na my en net voor hy praat, ek het gedog ek hierdie man nou lekker kwaad. Sê hy, kom kykie vriend, kom laat ek jou nou vertel. Daai ou vlag daarbo op Palace deur baie van ons deur stryd en hel, bloed en sweet het haar so gelaat. En daarom sal die Heer ons haar staan op aandag en ons eer haar, stryk haar saans voor die donker kom. Ons geliefde oranje, wit en blou het gewapper my maat vir my en jou, op die pale in ons harte en selfs nou. Want in 28 het sy verhuis en ons het ook gevoel nou het ons huis. 69 is ons dan saam oor die grens. Savannah, Reindeer, Hooper, Packer en nog meer. Deur bosoorlog operasies, saam is ons daardeur. Daar so waar geskiet, keer op keer, getrap, gebrand en selfs aan flarde geskeur. Ons het geantwoord op haar roepstem en ons het geoffer wat sy vra. Ons het gelewe en gesterwe en haar oral saamgedra. En steeds borrel ek van trots, al is sy so verweer, dan huis ek haar boot in die dak waar ek daagliks verby marcheer. En oor my hoof sal ek haar huis, en in my hart sal ek haar dra, tot ek eendag my kop neerlê in donker Afrika. En toe ek weer daar verby ry, dink ek so by myself, aan al haar stories en glories, al haar wapperende dae. Sy was ons trots, sy was ons hoop, deel van wat ons is. Hoe kan hulle haar nou wil begrawe, wil sy nog in ons harte rus? En nou vraag ek jou, hoe kan ons aan als vergeet, haar van ons afskaar? Sy was dan deel van ons verlede. Ja, ons was almal daar.
Okay. So I looked at this and I thought, I can't use this on stream. This is like no. You know, it's the old South African flag. But I got goosebumps, as you can see. Check there. My hair is actually standing up. Either that or someone's walked over my grave. I don't know. When I looked at it, because I thought to myself, how arrogant it is of a government to want to bury a person's childhood, to bury a person's memory, to bury the emotion of growing up. You will allow a song to be sung that advocates violence and killing, that has no feeling or emotion in it whatsoever other than violence and killing. And I looked at this little clip and I saw men on the border marching. I saw coffins covered by that flag. I saw a country in the shape of that flag, planes with the colors on it. And I remembered running around in the street as a little boy, getting a hiding for going near the high road, the main road, when I wasn't allowed to. I remembered picking apricots in a tree. I remembered playing on the farm with my little black friends. We used to use jawbones, animal jawbones, as an ox wagon or a tractor, and then put little pods and things into, and we used to play together. Those were my friends. I remember going to school for the very first time and my assembly, and I remember wearing a safari suit. A blue safari suit was my school uniform. I remember going through school. I remember 8 o'clock at night after the news, watching how many of our young boys, and probably not taking it in as much as what I do today, or as much as what the adults did in those days, to see that how many of these young boys died in the line of service under that flag. How we fought to save this country, to make this country what it is. Yes, today for black, white, yellow, green, purple, whatever. Not once did that flag give me a memory of it was great to suppress blacks. Not once did that flag give me a memory of I should kill a black person. Not once did that flag give me a memory of hating a black person. What it did is it gave me a memory of how proud I was of South Africa. And even post 94, when that flag was still up before the new flag came in, I was still proud of this country. That flag made my chest stand out further than what my stomach does these days. I'm kidding, but still. It was something that made us proud. We spoke, I think last week or the week before, how the United States has a sense of pride that flows through them. Orange white and blue had a pride in it. It was country pride. It wasn't suppression pride. It wasn't killer pride. It wasn't, it was country pride. And if that flag still flew, I would be just as proud of that country, of this country today, as what I was growing up, remembering every moment of when I grew up. Like music, every certain kinds of music reminds you about certain things in your life. And I thought how arrogant it is for a new government to try and put stickers over everything and go, it will change for the best. It will all change to me now. And that is why our country has not delivered, has not grown. That is why only the government is rich and the people, majority black people, are dead poor, uneducated. Because you cannot fix things with a sticker. You cannot repaint the walls and go, they were never blue. You cannot repaint. You cannot put a sticker over something and says it never was. You cannot wipe away my memories of growing up. You cannot wipe away the pride. You cannot wipe away the blood, sweat, and tears that this country, that the youngsters of this country fought for against terrorists to protect this country. You can't take it away. You cannot hide a flag and say it wasn't there. It never existed. You cannot hide pride. And by all means, if it stands for anything other than that, I do not believe it stood for suppression. I do not believe that, you know what, I'm not there to say, oh, you know what, everything sucks. But if I take a look at the new flag, it's nice. I still believe that the ANC had a finger in the pie to get ANC colors into the flag. But people have embraced it. They've used it. It's a social flag. It's a happy flag. It's a nice flag, the new South African flag. It's nice. But I don't think it has commanded the respect and pride that the old South African flag used to be. You can see my hair my hair on my arm standing up. You can't see it. It's not up anymore. It's down. It has to subside sometime. You can't ask any guy. You can't keep it up all the time. But anyway, forget about that now. All I'm saying is it's you can't take it away. And so I looked at this and I thought, you know what? You're probably going to get kicked in the nuts for this one, Andre. Because a lot of people go, abolishment, abolishment, abolishment. Now, I am very happy to abolish a lot of things. Rules, laws, etc., etc., etc. And I'm not going to fly the flag publicly. I'm not going to replace the new South African flag. I'm not disrespectful. I'm not going to go to a rugby match. I'm not going to go to a soccer match. I'm not going to have a march down the street and fly the old South African flag. But what I do believe is that we should be able to keep it with memorabilia. That you should be able to put it on the wall and say, that was a time that I served. I went to National Defense Force. I marched. I sweated. I bled under that flag for this country. And it's when you look at it and you think, oh, you know, my first thought was, oh, terrible, apartheid thing. And then I watched this thing and I thought, hang on. You know what? That covered coffins of young boys that looked after this country. That made us who we are today. That made us proud. That made us obedient. That was corporal punishment. That was getting a hiding at school if you didn't get the right pass mark. It wasn't dropped for you. That was making you run with a tar pole or telephone pole. That was making you obey your school rules. That was making you not plunder stores, violate property. So, you know what? To those who go, abolish it, I'm sorry. Take it down. Yes, I agree. I'm not against that. I'm not against it. Put up a new flag for a new South Africa. I'm quite happy with that. In fact, I don't like the fact that they've tried to jam two uh, opposite songs into one to make a national anthem, because it just pisses everybody off. They should scrap it and have somebody write a new song. The only problem is which language are you going to write it in, who's going to sing it and who won't. That's the next problem. But The Call of South Africa is an amazing song. It goes hand in hand with the flag, where your chest stands out and you remember so much that you were proud of. And none of my pride came from oppression, came from hating anyone, came from wanting to kill anyone, came from wanting to exclude anyone, wanting to push anyone out, wanting to, nothing of the sort. Not once does that flag give me, or that anthem give me, any of those thoughts, other than it was a discipline. It was what you put law and order in. You listened to the police force because of that. You admired your defense force. Police force has a few people, far overworked, that are good in them. The rest is a fat job scheme. The defense force, I don't think it exists anymore. Job scheme. Once again, government jobs. Nothing that benefits. No one in the defense force. And you know, with all due respect to anybody working in the defense force, it's your calling or your job. That's fine, but you don't create jobs for anyone in there. Let me go into let's see if I did actually piss anyone off. I hope not. Hopefully not. Can't afford whiskey. Who said can't afford? Oh, Buzzy, can't afford whiskey. Ay. Man, just go and overpower a Bergie. Good old days when you could play outside. Yeah, I have a full-size South African flag hanging over my bed. Oh wow, Fiona, that's amazing. Yeah, just there's certain things that it reminds you of. You have an original old South African flag. Debbie sounds Endo super mooi. White Zulu says our boys all looked so fit, not like the blimps they have in the SANDF now. Yeah. Hendo says link. Hendo, I got that in a group, and that's why I say I don't always share what I get into the groups, but you know, and I wasn't going to, but I had that different feeling, and I want to know, how does, that's my two questions for you this evening. How does the South African national flag make you feel, and what do you think about it? Wonder if we should add the old SA flag at the bottom of the page, of that page. No, it's going to look like a slap in the face, Spicy. I wouldn't do that. How is also, as I said, I don't want to use it to smack anyone with. I just want to be able to use it as a memorabilia. You know, you're not allowed to wear it on a T-shirt. You're not allowed to wear it as a sticker. You're not allowed. You're not even allowed to have the color. I mean, remember those colors of the, was it Nike or Adidas Takis trainers that came out, or the bags? I think it was bags, and they had red, they had orange, blue, and white, and everyone went, wow, that's the color of the flag. And I'm like, you know what? Those are actually pretty nice colors. It didn't even have, it wasn't related to the flag at all. Discipline was still a thing. Yeah, discipline, corporal punishment. There were ride safe signs. I remember that. And you used to get a band, and 50 Rand you had to pay for that band. And 50 Rand was a lot in that time. And you had to pay 50 Rand to get that ride safe sash. And you would only get your 50 Rand back once you handed your ride safe sash back again. It's so sad what has happened. Yes, you know, it does bring you sadness, but it brings me joy to think of my history. And I'm not even going into Boer history or South African history. I'm going into Andre's history. We can't see your hair standing up. As long as my hair doesn't stand up. My little bald spot at the back there does have it standing up. We're thankful for our men serving. Yeah, our men, our boys serving our country. They were boys that went to the border. Let me tell you that. 18, 19, 20-year-olds. I also have that old flag on my hat, white Zulu. Yes. Now it's illegal to show it. You know what? This is what I don't agree with, and I don't care who is saying so. Alts, how's it, Alts? Welcome to the show. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, don't feel pressured to comment. Just hit the like button and sit back and enjoy. And if you do feel you want to say something, by all means, enjoy. There's a whole lot of people that care about you. Yeah. Hi, all you wonderful people. There we go. Ridiculous to pin it in a negative fashion. And this is the sadness. We've been so pre-programmed, as I said, that even when I wanted to look at it and I went, no, I can't use this. And then when I finished watching that, I thought, I don't feel like that. I feel different. English is universal. Yes. I would say the new national anthem should be written in English. It's universal. It'll cover all 11 people, etc., etc. But once again, that is for people to be decided. What's Hendo got to say? Alt's belatedly making breakfast. Alt's ignore Hendo. He gives us all beans, baked beans. Beans, good for your heart. And a jolly good, yeah. Wonderful. You remember WhatsApp group? White Zulu AD. Blessed Pentecost Day, everyone. Is it Pentecost Day today? My goodness me. I'm trying to remember the days that we forget. And you know, it's absolutely, thanks for reminding us, Spicy. Alt says, was too lazy to make lunch today. Fiona, it is the Peppers Echo WhatsApp group. Oh, makes you feel so proud. Yeah, it makes you feel proud. And noot for noot, 50 Rand, Andre. Vra for a chommy. We paid 50 Rand for that sash so that we could go hiking, so that people could pick you up and they knew that you actually came from the military. Because even in that days, you started finding people wanting to impersonate military people. And I mean, you got different color military people. It wasn't just white guys. It was black guys as well. And they had to, they were probably even more reliant on lifts and that. And so it was, you paid 50 Rand, which was a lot of money for your sash. And you got that ride safe sash. And when you got back, you gave it back and they'd give you your 50 Rand back. Geborg deur Absa. Kyk hoe kyk sy vir my. Kyk hoe kyk sy vir my. Hanna op die knoppe. Hanna aan 'n knop, boetie. 50 randjies vir jou. Thank you. No, right. Moments. Forgotten about the Republic Day. Yeah, Republic Day was the 31st. I did that last week as well. I think I did Ascension Day, Republic Day, and Children's Day last week. And sorry. Forget about things as we go along. But anyway, South African flag, color shouldn't be a problem. Let's take a look what color should be.
Was a bus driver, and he had a bus full of kids, and they were all in the bus arguing about black and white, what was right and what was wrong, who was right and who was wrong. And the bus driver just got fed up with all the conversation about black and white, so he stopped the bus and told all the kids to get off. And he walked outside with them. He said, look, I'm tired of all this bickering about race and who's right and who's wrong, who's rich and who's poor, who lives in the ghetto, who lives in the mansions. He said, from now on, if you're going to ride this bus, everybody's green. You got it? Everyone's green. He said, get on the bus. Dark green's in the back, light green's in the front.
Okay, so we're all green from now on, guys. We're all green. We can even give that a... There we go. Fiona, I was fortunate. I only did 1 year. I was really one of the fortunate ones that only went in for 1 year. My brother was unfortunate. He went in for 1 year, and then as they were finishing off, they changed it to 2 years. So, yeah. Hendo says every Saturday, let's zap it up there. Every Saturday, we sat in front of the TV watching Noot for Noot, trying to get the answer right for $50. Spicy, I forgot to take my son to Sunday school this morning, but we were at church. I was also a lesson too early. It's actually very nice, and it's actually so hypocritical to say, oh, it will be lovely to be in a place where we can go to church. And then all of a sudden you realize, yeah, but when you were in that place, you never got your lazy ass out of bed in the morning. But I did a lot of work. I spent most of my Sundays working because that's what I was in. But yeah, you know what? When you can, you don't. When you don't, you won't. It's like, what's the day? Geloftedag or something like that, somewhere along, I think in December or wherever. And everyone went mad when the government said, oh, we're not seeing that as a public holiday anymore. And they went, oh, sacrilegious. And the church said, okay, we'll stay open. People said, well, you can take leave and all of that type of stuff, and we'll stay open. Nobody went to church that morning. The churches have all just closed down. They're from opening up. There's a few that keep open or whatever. Everybody wanted a day off work, but nobody was actually serious about getting to church. And that was a bit of a whack. And yeah, that's how we answer your phone. Green, green, yellow, and then you put it down again. Pink. I did too when I came to South Africa. What's it? Confused with the dates and the lessons. Money, green. Yeah. Okay, where am I going to go next? So, yeah, Brazilian police. I would, however, really, really like our police force to become Brazilian police. However, in the right manner.
Agora sai do carro, agora é lenha, né? Vai, topa ele agora, bate. Ih, tomou processo, hein, bebê?
I think I hooked it. Let's take a look, see.
Ih, agora, bate.
You had to see that wobble in that chin.
Ih, tomou processo, hein, bebê?
I wonder if he's struggling to breathe.
Ixi, só
Just a thought.
Bora, gordão, levanta, porra!
What's White Zulu say? Our churches are being converted into bingo halls and mosques. Hey, my goodness me, White Zulu.
Bora, gordão, levanta, porra, reage!
Yeah, people...
Aí vem o Nelf de óculos.
Okay, we'll run it to the end there because, yeah, he just puts up some things and then etc. etc. Yeah, but anyway, let's get up to sport. A little bit of sport, yeah. The police don't put you in place. Even in the sports these days is confusing. It was confusing in the old days. You'll take a look, see with the rugby. I think it's the Bulls and the Sharks that played this weekend. I didn't get to see them. I was too tired. But take a look. They're talking about sports. And
when they had the ball in hand, and it was twice in 80 minutes, they really looked like a team getting over the advantage line, looking good. But the commentator did tell you what Werner Swanepoel actually did.
Like his boots and his socks.
80 minutes. And,
do you want to repeat that one again, or should we just go for a commercial break right now? Because I think we're going to need it.
Even Nas doesn't always get it right, guys. Even Nas doesn't always get it right. However, Chuck Norris, we've eventually found a weak side to Chuck Norris. He's officially human after all, because he was asked what scares him the most, and he replied, coaching the Bulls. Yeah, Nas was young there. Nas is young. What's Endo said? Now, early to bedtime. Yeah, lack of parishioners. White Zulu says, lack of parishioners in 1999. The parishioners were in their 80s. Now they're all passed away. Yep. And nobody wants the job no more. But yeah, must say the Bulls did beat the Sharks. Unfortunately, that is my team lying on top of chips over there. I am nauseated when I see that, but yes, they did. The Stormers, however, came off the worst, because what do you call a Stormer with a bottle of champagne on a Saturday? The waiter. But anyway, what is rugby? Rugby is a simple game for 30 men. They chase a ball for 80 minutes, and at the end, South Africa wins. So, yeah, South Africa's national squad to face the Barbarians, Italy and Georgia has been announced. I am going to leave you to go to Chris's rugby ascendance for all of this, and Chris's pick up on it. But there are some people, Lotte Jager, Jean-Luc Dupré, Peter Steph de Toy in the forwards. Don't forget Eben Etzebeth, Sio Kulisi, Malcolm Marx, Ox Nche, Kwagga Smith, all the good guys. And then in the back row is Lukanya Arm, Kurt Lee Orense, Damien de Lende, Faf de Klerk, There's some good guys in the back there. Cheslin Colby, Jesse Creel, Mani Lebok. If they just don't let that man kick, please, please. If they want to have our nerves go. Yes, go Sharks. Who said go Sharks? Debbie, I agree with you. Let's put it up there. And White Zulu says go Sharks. Yeah, it's just a pity that they didn't go. But yeah, we got some really good rugby coming up thanks to Super Sports schedule over here. On the 5th of July, there's a Springbok match against Italy. Unfortunately, those are my times up there. It's not your times, 11:10 at night. 12th of July is Springboks in Italy. 19 July, Springboks in Georgia. 16 August is Springbok Australia. 23 Springbok Australia. 6 September, New Zealand Springboks. 13 September, New Zealand Springboks. That's for the championship. That's going to be a good clash. Those three, the 23rd, the 6th, and championships is New Zealand and Australia on the 16th. 23 August, Springboks Australia. 6 September, New Zealand and Springboks. 13 September, New Zealand and Springboks all in the championship. And then Springboks Argentina on the 27th September. 4 October championships, Argentina Springboks. 9 November, France Springboks. 15 November, Italy Springboks. As you can see, some of them are not so good timing for me. On Sunday morning, the 9th of November at 4:10, I've got to get up. 23rd of November, Ireland and the Springboks at 20 to 2. And then Saturday, 29th of November. Yeah. But getting old is not for sissies, as they would say. Let's take a look. This is me. This is our ode to wildlife a little bit. And our wildlife shot for the week. Very, very interesting, but it's like me. The second one is like when I have to follow my pals around these days. Going downstairs. My pals kind of know how to go downstairs. Superman. And then I go downstairs. That's me. That's me trying to go down the stairs. But I make it. I do. I make it. I do. But let's push it on quickly. Take a look here.
Good morning, sir. I'm the census taker. Are you married or happy? Married.
How happily married are men these days? I'm going to skip the next one because of time constraints. I want to take a look at the secret things that men think of.
What do you think you would do the first day of being divorced?
Threesome.
Let me name something you can't wait to get out of at the end of your day.
Marriage.
Is there a lawyer in the house?
Yep, your ass is in trouble. Yeah. Name a reason a man thinks his wife looks as young as she did the day he married her.
Alcohol.
Name something you've said to a woman that you didn't really mean.
I love you.
My man. Name something you've never had, but you know you want it. Jimmy. You didn't hear it, but I did. Say it in the mic, Jimmy.
2 women.
Guys out there, is this really what you think? Ooh, and there was only 5. There's 5 shots that came out of that one. 5. And when you have to think quickly, you don't think properly. So you usually speak quickly and off the top of your head. And they usually say the first thing out of your mouth is the truth. And it's only once you get to calculate afterwards that it's not the truth. Endo, I'm glad I'm single. Spicy, happily married. Good. Me too. Take a look at the color of the beard. Been married. It's only a beard that gives you that color. Silver like the ring. Is that what men are thinking? Do you think that way? Yeah, that was some good stuff over there. And I think the one Harvey was running, I don't know if it was a game called Family Feud. I think it's called Family Feud or something like that. That on the States, I think it was restricted in South Africa. No, I'm kidding. It's not restricted in South Africa. It was on along the ways. But yeah, that's it. Can be there. Mind you, those seem to be the secret thoughts that men have. What men really want. Do men really want more than one woman? Do you really want? You already see the nonsense, the trouble, the pain, the anguish, the weeping, the wailing, the gnashing of teeth, and that is only you that you have to put up with. Would you really want to put up with anything more than that? Just a thought. I remember seeing a beautiful poster one day and thought, wow, look at that. And at the bottom, more honest words could not have been there. Somewhere, someone is having to put up with her shit. Because the nicer they look, the more they are likely to run astray. There was a song that came out once, something about, so from my personal point of view, never make a pretty girl your wife, or something to that effect, because a pretty girl will always run astray, she'll always lie to you, she will always, and when she's not, that's when she's yours. Hendo, nope, extra headaches. Spicy says, once upon a time, let's chuck it up there quickly. Once upon a time, a Muslim man told me he will only marry one woman. His uncle had 4 and went mad. And that's from a Muslim guy, so I tell you what. Alison, men only want more than one woman for a night, not a lifetime. I'll tell you something, most men couldn't keep up with one woman, never mind 2. What Nick says, yeah, Hendo, coming from a dude with the secret models in the basement. Yeah, no, I love that song. And so from my personal point of view, get an ugly girl to marry you, because I think it was Lemon Tree, very pretty, and the lemon flower is sweet, but the fruit on that tree is impossible to eat. Na 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 na, something like that. Yeah, Hendo. The nicer they look, the more drama. Been there, done there. High maintenance with a Hungarian blonde. Ay. Yeah, no, you only get to keep them when they're old and nasty. Otherwise, it's not yours, buddy. Everybody else gets a turn. I love that song. Yeah. Fly solo forever. Hendo wants to be the only hen, a rooster in the chicken in the chicken coop. Stick to Cape Girls, Alt says. Well, there is a way for those of you who are married. I have found someone, but it's apparently got not a good ending. Anything fiery, if you put a bucket over it, it stops the fire. This guy tried it. Temporary is the word here. Temporary was the word there. Temporary. However, there is one that is a little bit less temporary.
Pro-marriage tip. If you find that your wife has become hysterical and angry, the worst thing you could do is tell her to calm down. If you really want to get a word in and have her not speak for a little bit so that you can talk. Just let her know that she is starting to act like her mother. And you didn't sign up to marry her mother, because if you did, you'd have a clean house and a home-cooked meal.
Michael, no!
Oh, yeah. Run. I'm just, would you excuse me for a moment while I lock this computer room door so that I'm a little bit worried for the backlash as we come out of here. Guys and girls, it's been absolutely phenomenal having you. I have one more thing left just because I didn't put anything in for the old age and the old people this week. So there's one thing. It was a lot more fun being 20 in the 70s than it is being 70 in the 20s. So yeah, 20 in the 80s than 80 in the 20s. Oh, I don't know, but yeah. So yeah, let's keep it, keep the peace going. Let's smile. Let's keep thinking positively about things. And I know positive thoughts is not only the only thing that actually makes it work for you. But yeah, we shall keep positive and we shall make it positive. And once again, I spent some time with students this weekend. And we were talking about pessimistic and optimistic. And I was explaining how important it is. We did a little piece on it and how important it is to actually always try and see the good. We were talking about a silver lining in anything that you do or anything. So even if you're looking over the week, you can always see how bad it has been. And it is only going to go worse for you if that's all you're prepared to look at and it's all that you're prepared to see. But if you're prepared to take a look at the times that have made you smile, the times that have been actually a little bit easier for you, and the times that have been good, even if it's times that have been good for other people or something that you've been able to do for others, remember that there's always pride that you can actually walk around with. You can always be proud of things. You can be proud of yourself. Pride comes before the fall, yes, but it doesn't mean that you cannot be proud of your deeds that you actually do and accomplish. Your history is your pride, and remember that you can always hold that in your heart. Nobody can take that away from you. I'm proud of every single one of you. Absolutely fantastic, wonderful, great people out there. Look after yourselves, look after each other, take pride in what you do, and remember, be good, and if you can't be good, at least be kind. Take care.